In the last video, friends, I spoke about the disconnection of Igbo families abroad. Abroad here means everywhere outside Igbo land, but I laid great emphasis on Igbos in the United States of America, where I have lived and worked for quite a few years and experienced what I'm about to discuss, or what I began to discuss in the last video. I reiterated what I had written about, how I would run into Igbo young people in the universities, pose the question, where are you from? Nobody mentioned Igbo land, and these were kids whose parents were born in Igbo land. And by the way, these kids are supposed to be our most important outreach community to our earlier diaspora. When I say earlier diaspora, I mean the Igbos who were taken out of Igbo land and who have become African Americans and Caribbeans today, and Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Latinos. That's who I mean. These kids are the people who are supposed to meet African American kids in the universities, Caribbean kids in the universities, Black Britons who happen to descend from the Igbos, and they engage with them. The benefits would of course be unquantifiable. I'm holding in my hands Axis Rule in Occupied Europe by a gentleman I've talked about several times, Raphael Lemkin, the father of the academic study of genocides. According to Lemkin, genocide should be taken very seriously because it's a crime against the whole of humanity. Get one portion of humanity, cut it off, you've harmed the whole of humanity. I'm using this to illustrate that humanity is interconnected. Nobody will no race or ethnic group will thrive if it is cut off from the world. So if these Igbo kids that are totally disconnected are not disconnected, if they are flying high the Igbo flag, and they reconnect with the older sections of our diaspora, I mean the African Americans, the Caribbeans, the Afro-Latinos, the Afro-Canadians, Afro-Britons, and even down in Africa, some Igbos in Gabon and other places. If they reconnect with them and reignite the flame of Igbohood in them, the eyes of millions of people who have real influence will be on Igbo land. We can see that Ukraine cannot be forgotten because the eyes of the world are on Ukraine. If the eyes of the world are not on Ukraine, Russia will swallow Ukraine and nothing will happen. If 1 million African Americans become focused on the Igbo world, that's a lot of focus. But who will bail the cat? Who will keep them focused? People in my generation can do our best, and we are doing our best. From the Igbo side, I'm doing a lot of work. My colleagues in Omenana Defenders are working there at night. Chief Zion Lex from the African American world is doing a lot. A lot of African Americans are also working. Throughout today, I was thinking about how to get an Afro-Brazilian who has done his DNA test, and it shows Igbo how to reintegrate into the Igbo community, which he wants to reintegrate into. So there is a lot to be done. And brothers and sisters, Igbos who are citizens of the United States, wake up. do your job. Let us be creative. I'm working out something with Barrister Emeka Maduewese about how to get our kids up and doing again. The ramifications of their not being Igbo cannot really be imagined. When you are gone, I don't know what to say. So, I need to continue, and I'm going to continue because this is a very important talk that needs a lot of details. So, brothers and sisters, we need to keep on organizing, keep on giving this a lot of energy, keep on studying. These Igbos that I'm talking about, these kids that are born here, if they encounter members of the African American community who have through DNA, through family memories, through ancestral memories, discovered that they are Igbo. If those kids themselves are very familiar with whom they are, which they are not, they could hand studies like this over to them, so that they will have a better understanding of what we mean when we talk about tracing DNA, rejoining Igbo families. The last one talks about their direct connections to us. But these kids will spend their lives without knowing that they have a job already cut out for them. And I want to say, lastly, for those who would feel impelled to engage in this work, it's not going to be an easy road, but it's a road filled with benefits. I have had several interactions with African Americans, and gradually, slowly, African Americans who are of Igbo descent, we are finding ways to come together again. Because 200 years of separation is a lot of time. We are finding ways, thinking deeply, working around the clock to see how both communities can become fused again. But a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So the most important thing is to take that step. And on this note, I pause. Thank you.